Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today, here we are at the Southern Gap Welcome Center, and we are going to be doing something a little different with the channel, and we're going to be doing an interview, and I'll just get right to it. For those of you who don't know me and haven't been to the channel before, if you have, my name is Josh Turner. I do all the video editing off this channel, and founder of Trailnecks. This is my brother Jared. He's our local test dummy. No, I'm just kidding. He's another co-founder of the Trailnecks. And over here we have Mr. Billy Campbell, the master of Mayhem himself. And today we're here to just talk about the Mountain Mayhem event. Last year was an awesome event. We enjoyed it, and that's what we're going to talk about. So we'll hop right into it. Billy, you still got your KRX?
Yeah, I still got my KRX. It's getting mean and getting a little more dirty. It's not clean, but you know, I still got it. Put it through some abuse.
They're never as clean as when you first get them.
No.
I mean.
It takes forever to get one clean.
Yeah, too much.
Are you going to be putting it in the vents this year?
The KRX will enter the event without me, but you know, I'll have some lucky guy get to come in and actually put it in a few things. We won't be doing any speed trials with it, but maybe a few strength tests.
I don't know if I can handle round 2 after last year.
Tug of War's coming back. He's coming back with a vengeance. The Hulk's mad. So.
Guys, don't want to miss that.
Hulk smash.
It did last year.
Yeah.
It did really good last year. So we're going to hop into some questions about the event. So last year, you know, I've seen some good vendors and stuff out there. What kind of vendors and, you know, people have you got already confirmed? And are there available spots for vendors if they are interested in becoming part of the Mountain Mayhem event?
Yeah, answer to that, both questions is yes. We do have some vendors already signed on. We've got calls out there, the ones that are verbally committed, and we're getting some things done with. But we're going to have some accessory vendors come back. I think we've got Right Coast Offroad already came back. AJ's Side-by-Side Accessories is coming back. We've got Maxis is coming back. Beach Trailers is coming back. You know, we get Kawasaki. They're going through their process right now, but I think they're going to be back. So we also got JI Fab and now Pikeville coming back up doing some machine shopping, the custom cages that they do. But yeah, and we've got plenty more vendor space. We've got space for vendor expansion. Last year, you know, our vendor row was full, but we had some devastating floods in the region, you know, the day of the event, the day before. So we had a few vendors didn't get to come, but we were anticipating a full slate of vendors to come out here and let you see not only some machines, but parts and stuff that you could add on the machine. Always a place to come and just spend money, because we know that, you know, it takes a little bit of money to play in this game.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we'll have plenty of that. Food vendors, we're gonna have full food court. We've got I think all that set up, and we're going to be making announcements in the next week or so about who and all that's going to be. But for everything from barbecue to sliders to you know, catfish, hamburgers, chicken, you know, pizza, it's all going to be up here. So no problems with eating. So yeah, the vendor situation is looking pretty good.
There's nothing better than a good food truck. I mean, like, I personally love them. I don't know about you.
I think we had.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think we had 8 food trucks last year, and I had to visit every one of them every day. So that's just a commitment on my part.
It's really good.
Now with the vendors, I know in the past few years when we've been up here for the events, typically you can get a really good deal with parts. I mean, I know one year, like a bunch of these guys went out here and they all bought belts. You know, normally a belt run you like 160, 180 bucks. These guys walked out here with a belt for like 115. Now I'm not saying they're going to sell you a belt for $115. I'm just saying there's the opportunity for like some show pricing, if you will. And this is actually where I bought my long travel kit from X3 for a really good discounted price. So if you don't come up here for anything other than getting, you know, some cheap parts, it's worth it. You know. Let's jump into the next question. So the next question we got up there, we're talking about events. A lot of people love to come up here. They love to hit the events. I know Jared comes up here, does tug of war, barrel racing, all this other stuff, tire tossing. Some people get forced against their will, like myself. I don't want to go tire tossing. I'm a little guy, you know what I mean? But what kind of events are you guys looking at doing this year? Okay,
we're going to do the same host of events that we did last year. So that's going to include popular drag racing. We do the hill climb drag races where we're going up a 50-degree slope on at a side, two side-by-sides beside each other. That worked out pretty good last year, so going to have it again. The mud bogs, and these are all different classes. So we have classes for in some of them we have motocross, but in most of them we have ATVs and side-by-sides. We'll have barrel racing. We have the the blindfold. Like that's a favorite of everybody's events, and everybody gets done that and drive around the obstacle course completely blind. That worked out pretty good. We'll have our Havoc Highway. We're looking at trying to add a few things. That's an obstacle course. That's a really technical obstacle course. We're trying to add a few little obstacles to that event this year. So we'll unfold that as the weeks come up for the next little bit. But yeah, all the same events. We're going to try to work on our timing a little bit. Last year we had so much participation that we had to jump from one event to the other immediately. So we're going to try to do a little bit extra gaps between them so more people can participate and feel more relaxed about getting from event to event. But we think it's going to be 3 days of just non-stop going hard.
Yeah. I think timing is really important because it's kind of what separates a good event from a great event. Because if you have an event that you see that you have a problem and then you kind of adapt to overcome that problem, I mean, it makes it a better experience for everyone. Because I mean, there's nothing worse than trying to get set up for the next event and not have enough time, or something like that happens.
Yeah, we're learning. I mean, again, last year we were looking out, throwing out a little bit there, saying exactly how much will we have come, and we had a great attendance last year. A lot of machines. Honestly, the event we had last year as a side-by-side event, we had more machines participate in each event last year than we've ever had. So I think hopefully that'll keep growing, and we're trying to factor that into how we're planning.
I know a lot of the questions is people always ask is how much does it cost to do the events?
Yeah.
And
it costs to do the events, zero. Coming up into the event, whether you come up here to buy you a hot dog or come up here to watch everything or come here and just go through the vendor row, it's $25 for 3 days, and that's all 3 days. So, it's $25 one fee, get you up here for 3 days, and that's, less than $10 a day to come up here and enjoy some of the great things. And you don't pay to get in the events. You have to sign a waiver. It says if you break your neck, that's not my fault.
So that's a big topic. So like you said, $25 to get in to the whole event. That's vendors, food, everything.
Concerts,
it's got concerts set up. It's a really great time. And then, like you said, the events are free. So don't be scared to come up and join the events because, I mean, it's a blast. I love it. It's one of my favorite things.
Now, you don't necessarily have to have $40,000 in your machine to come up here and have a good time. I mean, there's people that come up here on like a Razor 800 that they've got $9,000 in and still have just as good a time as the guys out there with like the $45,000 Can-Am X3 with the big turbo. I mean, that's probably lowballing the price on the X3, really.
I think that kind of brings up a topic of what kind of event this is. This is a really family-friendly event, so you don't have to worry about whether your kids are going to be welcome in that environment or not. This place is really great for that. Kids has got things they can do. I think you had a jump house.
Yeah, we have a kids zone that's going to be open all 3 days. I mean, this year there's going to be a gigantic inflatable it's like 40 feet tall, and it's going to be a water slide, a continual water slide. Pool. So this is at the end of July, so heck, there's a way to cool down. I think we've got. Wife need to confirm that, but I think we've got a rock climbing wall coming back this year. So the kids zone's got a place to do that. And that's just right off the side of the area where the food court is, not far from the events, right in the middle of the camping area. So kids, we kind of got a captured area up here. Your kids aren't going to wander off. It's a place that they can be safe and have fun.
So it's a great kid event. Bring your kids, have fun, have a great weekend getaway. Or if you just want to get away from the kids, this is a great place to come hang out and enjoy some carnage, have some fun with the guys, and it's a blast.
Yeah, from what I've noticed, it seems like everybody's pretty respected in terms of, if they see small children running around, when they're coming up here in the campground area and stuff, like everybody's going slow, and then they're turning loose whenever they get out, like on the drag strip, or they're getting out there on that hill climb, that's when they're going fast. So, but in terms of where you're going to sit with your kids and stuff and watch the events, I mean, it's going to be safe, and you're not going to have to worry about, some idiot flying through here at 50 miles an hour. That kind of stuff's not going to happen. It's going to be a legitimate event. People are very well behaved, and it's just a good time all in all.
Yeah, and some of our events that we have with the ATVs and the side-by-side and stuff, we actually have youth events to that too. We have youth barrel racing, youth mud bogging, and we actually have them where they run through the mud bogs, without any machines at all. That's basically a mud swimming contest.
Very amusing to watch that.
It is. The kids have a ball in that. They try to pick up some sort of inflatable out of it and get to the end. But so we have events for the kids. They won't feel left out at all, and they will be safe.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, it is.
All right. So logistics. Let's talk about some of that. In terms of if you come up for a day or if you come up for multiple days, what are your options for like campsites, for RVs, for cabins, stuff like that? Like, what does that availability look like, and when does it go up?
Yeah, okay, so we have campground up here that's got, we've got 5 cabins out on site. Right now we have 19 RV sites. We're attempting to add almost another dozen before the event. That's one little thing that some of the areas that were in our VIP camping area that was dry camping may get turned into full hookups this year. So we hope to potentially have over 30 full hookups this year. What's happening right now over the next week, if you camped in Mount Mayhem last year, you'll be getting a phone call from Southern Gap asking if you wanted to keep your spot from last year. So we'll give you first dibs on keeping your spot. If you do it, then we'll get you hooked up in your book, and we'll be doing that over this week. But on February the 3rd, 7 o'clock, after we've made all those contacts out, then camping will be open again. So, and if there's spots left, in the premium spots, those will be out there. If there's cabin left, it'll be open, and it's first come, first serve at that point. What we're going to do is we're going to open up camping outside of our normal designated campground around the canyon rim, around the outside area, a little bit away from the games. We'll open it up first. It's about another 30 spots. And when those 30 spots get sold out, then we'll open up what we call the field spots. And the field spots are more in the grass areas. They're not as well defined, but it's those areas. So camping is as cheap. The cheapest spot that we have is $100 for 4 nights of camping. This camping comes in on Wednesday, and you don't have to leave till Sunday morning. So you're able to check in on Wednesday. That's 4 nights, $25 a night to come and camp at the event. And it's great. You can't have generators. If you're in the dry spots, you're allowed to use generators. Everybody's pretty respectful of each other. I mean, the camp spots are big. I think most our smallest spots that we do are 35 by 60. For the RVs to come in. So we have pretty good level ground for everything. So those things will go on sale on February the 3rd at 7 o'clock on sgadventures.com. That's where you'll be able to go. There's a map there that'll tell you your spot. What spots are available, and then you can go on there and try to rent them as pretty quick as you can. And then they'll range out. The full hookup RV spots are $400 for the event, is what they are. So I don't know how many of those will be open. There may be a few. Like we get those additionals, and we'll let that be done as soon as we know for a fact those additional full hookup spots will be available. We'll pop that up on the website and let everybody know about it as well. So.
All right, good deal. I know if you don't stay directly on top of the campsite area or this general vicinity, it is hard to get over here like early morning if you've been out the previous day and you've been gone the entire day. Like we only live, I think Jared's house was like an hour away from here, but still I was still late to a couple of events last year just because if you stay out here in the sun all day and by the time you go home, wash up and take care of everything, getting back over here by 10 o'clock the next morning for the first event sometimes can be difficult. So, I mean, my advice is that you can stay at the campsites or stay at, just a tent.
Recommend it too.
Yeah.
So.
And I'll say this too, if you have a problem, if you don't have an RV, or we have tent sites, we do have tent sites. You can camp in any of our RV spots that we're selling. Tents, there's people that stay in the back of the truck. They do all that. But if you don't want to do that, there are local like VRBO, bed and breakfast people that have set up 4 cabins for ATVs around us. I want to support those guys. So I know they usually sell out for the event too. There's about 6 or 7 of those around us within a few miles. The Breaks Interstate Park has some stuff too. It's about 10 miles away. So and I know if you're not here, that you'll be able to find some stuff around you. But as you had said, I would advise you to get here because we really get up in the morning early on that, during those events. About 10 o'clock, we're trying to start something, and we usually don't get done stuff until midnight. So we've got something going on all day long.
Yeah.
And you don't want to miss anything.
Yeah, that's the thing. You want to be here. You don't want to come in late. Like last year, we missed the barrel race. I showed up last second and then jumped in, and I was like, I don't know if they're even going to let me in.
Yeah, but you wanted it, didn't you?
I got second.
I got second, okay.
Yeah. I made somebody pretty mad.
Nah.
Whoever was second place, I knocked them out. So. Sorry about that.
Oh, Lord.
It's just, you don't want to miss it, guys.
All right. So what's the next thing we got on the list there? I can't even see this far away. I'm going to start getting glasses or something. Okay, yeah. So talk to us about Turnout. How big is this event? Are we looking at something county fair size of 200 or 300 people, or are we looking at something in the magnitude of it's a legitimate event, 2,000 or 3,000 people?
Yeah. Last year, guys, we had the devastating floods hit Kentucky all around us, and actually here in the county on Wednesday of that week, and we really honestly had people talk to us about whether we should cancel the event. Over our 3 days last year, we had over 3,000 people. So we had around 3,100 attendees on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday last year. I really felt that if the weather hadn't been like it was and our region hadn't been going through it, we'd probably break the 5,000 mark. So we're anticipating about 5,000 this year to the event over the 3-day period. So that's what kind of event it is, and it's definitely not a county fair, and it's not it's not an arts and crafts fair either. I mean, it's something where you're going to go and you're going to have fun. You're going to find a bunch of people. It is action packed, and people from all over the country come to it. We've got people from Michigan, from Florida, from down in the swamplands. They come up. So you're going to trade stories with your side-by-side experiences with people that you don't normally get to touch bases with. And these guys come to these events and they love it. There's people that come just for the mud. There's people that come just because it's steep in some rocky areas. There's people that come that want. We had a guy from North Carolina the year before last came and just wanted to drag race. Just had it tuned up. So there's all kinds of people that specialize in different things, and everybody's going to come and see some neat machines, and trade stories about it. When we're done in the event, we're sitting out here. Got a beverage or got some food, and the concert's going on. You're trading experiences today, and that's the good part about it. That's what kind of event
Making
it is.
those memories.
It is, yeah.
That's what it's about.
For me, I personally like seeing the different styles of machines. Like the guy that showed up with the X3, I mean, that guy had nitrous in it. I mean, it was like 6 inches off the ground.
Yeah.
And then beside him, there's a guy that's like the big mud machine you see come out of down south, like out of Florida or Georgia somewhere, where he's on like 37-inch tires and portals. And I mean, it's just a completely different machine, pretty much the same platform, but completely different aspect of what you can do with side-by-sides. And side-by-sides aren't the only ones showing up to these events. There is some super fast dirt bikes showing up.
There's a lot of dirt bikes showing up last year.
Yeah, we had a lot more dirt bikes last year than we ever had in another event. And then we've got some guys that's got some of the four-wheelers actually
quads.
tuned up. Quads are tuned up pretty good too. And what we try to do with the cross-section events is that these events aren't focused just to one of those sections. Everybody's going to have an event where they can show off what their skills are or what their machine is. I mean, there's one that may not be able to do anything. I wouldn't drag race mine if I had to. But I may line it up on tug of war, or may go on the obstacle board or something like that. But everybody's going to have the ability to try to show off what their machine can do.
Yeah, it's definitely cool to see like the different aspects of the off-road community show up. And if I don't see Reed McCoy show up this year, I mean, I don't know if you know Reed or not.
I don't know Reed.
Reed is he's one of the guys' sons that rides with us, and he's got a pretty large TikTok following. We're talking like the last time I checked, it was like 78,000. So he's probably closer north of 100,000 by now. But he's got a Can-Am Renegade 1000, and I mean he could ride pretty good. He's
Personal
fast.
challenge, Reed. You need to be on the mountain in July. Come up here and show off what you can do. And not only do you get this awesome experience, but you get to compete for a gigantic piece of plastic with Mountain Mayhem written on it. You can put on your wife's dresser forever.
I don't know. Reed may not be able to enter some stuff. He's maybe 16 or 17, but
yeah, we can.
it's all about bragging rights. If he beats Jared Turner, that's what
if he can get a permission slip signed, we'll put him in anything.
Right. All right, there we go. That answers that question.
That's all you got to do is you have somebody sign the dotted line.
Sounds good. What's the next thing we got on the list? Concerts. Yeah. Did you have any names locked in at this point for concerts?
We
I know
actually,
we're still pretty far out.
actually do have some names locked in. And okay, on Thursday night we're gonna Jade Great's gonna do a rock and roll bingo again in here. So that's regardless of what weather's happening, you're gonna be inside and you're gonna have a good time. And they play classic rock stuff and you play bingo with it. It's everybody enjoys it. That'll be on Thursday night, and we'll do a night ride immediately after that. So we have some night events. But now Friday night and Saturday night we are going to have concerts outside, main stage again going out. We're checking some sponsorship of that. We may have some big announcements to make pretty soon. But last year's Friday night show was Midlife Crisis, which was an 80s cover band out of Hazard, Kentucky. They're coming back Friday night again, so they're going to be putting on a show. And they got rain, and like the rain hit and knocked out their last, like 6 songs, their big finale, their big end. I actually traveled down to Hazard and saw them about 3 weeks ago. God, these guys are great. I mean, if you closed your eyes, you'd swear, it was Journey, Def Leppard, White Snake, everybody's on stage. And these guys are just classic dudes that can flat play, flat sing. But they're going to be putting on the show on Friday night. And then on Saturday night, the mainline act is going to be the Jess Zimmerman Band out of Pennsylvania. They come in and do a bunch of covers of some classic rock. They'll do anything from Zeppelin to modern country. So they've got a great twist. Really talented group. They were doing some stuff on the NASCAR circuit, going around doing that. But one of our guys locally here got up with them years ago, and they've been wanting to come and play. So we got to actually bring the Jess Zimmerman Band. She's getting to bring her band in on Saturday night. And then we got some opening acts we'll be announcing a little later.
That's cool. Yeah, I remember last year I heard them. We were sitting out there eating, and I heard them. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and I think it'll be fun. And like I said, we have a great production company coming to set the stage up, so it's not just it's not like on a wagon wheel with some straw bales in front of it. It's a show. Lights, sound, fog machines, everything. So you come in again, what you're paying for the price. I mean, it's something that you'd pay $25 to see any one of those bands come in at any time, and it's a part of your package. You get to come up here and
all
hang
included
out.
that one price.
It's all that one price. So, just bring a lawn chair and sit out in the grass and listen to the bands.
I mean, price-wise, for the value you get out of the $25, I mean, it's cheaper than going to somewhere like Dollywood or some theme park somewhere. I mean, you're going to have 3 days of action, food trucks, events going on.
Concerts.
Yeah. I mean, the last couple of years, I think, Kawasaki shut up test rides.
Yep. That's another thing too.
Yeah,
That's cool.
the demo rides are awesome. They're always popular. And this is wild, guys. You're going to be able to come and do this side-by-side stuff, and you're going to do these events and be playing. And then you may be out in the evening and driving the trails just to kind of relax, and you see a big 6x7 bull elk coming right in front of you. There's not two places in the world that can happen.
That's true.
And this is one of the places that can happen. A bear might even jump on its back and try to attack it. We got that much wildlife up here. So
there's like 6 deer out there when we pulled in.
yeah, they're always here. The deer are dogs now. They're just the pets.
But that does bring up a good topic, about not just riding. It's got great scenic too.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
really, there's a lot of views to look at while you're here.
Yeah, look, you just right off the end of this thing, you're looking across all of South Virginia. I'm looking all the way to High Knob and Norton from up here. We can see 50 miles away, and we see Black Mountain. I know a lot of you ride Black Mountain. You can sit here on the deck of this visitor center and look at Black Mountain. So you're right, the views are one of a kind. We're on a good coal reclamation area, so you get to see, you might see some mine openings and some holes and stuff. So if you guys that are away from here out of state come in there, you want to know what coal country looks like, we're in the heart of it. This is the Coal Canyon ATV Trail. You get to see how coal miners live, how we relax, how we party, how we do everything. Have some fun. So that's what it's all about. So.
Now, if events aren't your thing, what we haven't mentioned is that you're still on top of 2 spearhead trails. You're connected on top of Coal Canyon and Ridgeview. And I mean, you could ride both those trails, and you're probably looking at 200 miles. I don't know the exact mileage, but it's a lot. I mean, it takes 2.5 hours to ride from here to the Breaks Interstate Park. If you're navigating off your tablet like I do and lost half the time.
Yeah, Spearhead's one of our partners on it every year, and that's the one thing that'll happen for that $25 event pass. That event pass, if you get an armband, that's your trail pass for the day. So if you're coming in to try it out, and I think they're going to do some event specials where they maybe sell permits here, while we're doing that. But if you want to come in and try that out, you can, again, 220 plus miles of trail between Grundy, Hayside, and Breaks Interstate Park, and we're right in the middle of it. So you can go out in each direction. There's restaurants, and there's everything. There's a lot of the local people that are sponsors here that provide. There's some shops and whatnot that you can go to. But so it's and it's ever expanding. Hopefully by the end of the year we may have some news where we're adding close to another 70 miles of trail on this side. So we may have some new trail for everybody to explore. But you're right. That's getting out riding the trails and just have some fun.
Yeah. Now, even if you don't have a machine, if you just showed up for the events in terms of like the drag race and the hill climbs and stuff like that are within a short walk. I mean, you can walk down to where they did the drag racing in probably 10 to 15 minutes, depends on how good of shape you're in, whatever. But everything is going to be close. You're not going to be traveling a huge distance to go from one event to the next. You're going to be able to, you can come up here with no machine, test drive a machine, see if you like it, or you come up here, just walk around, see the different events, and just enjoy the atmosphere. I mean,
good point. We've always had people call us and say, do I have to have a machine to come up to the event? And no, you don't. I mean, we have a lot of spectators that just come up and be a part of the fun. They either come up and eat the food, to listen to the music, to be at the event fields and to watch stuff go on. I mean, and like I said, the drag races and probably the mud bogs are our most friendly thing. Those guys going through, we got mud pits that they sling it everywhere, and so everybody just likes to see these machines do that. And you don't have to have a machine to get here and come and do it. You can rent them. There are ATV rental places all around us, so you can rent machines, come up. But like that's a great point that you can come up and ride a bicycle or just walk, get ready to go. So.
I don't think we have any more main topics to cover. Is there anything else that you would like to add, Jared?
I think we covered most of it, as far as just it's a great family event. It's a great getaway weekend. The value of the thing, for the $25, you can't beat that. I mean, if you want to just come watch, come get your food, come beat me at some events. Bring it on.
And guys, I thank you guys. I think the Trailnecks, they're doing a great job representing what our region has to offer on the side-by-sides and bringing a perspective to everybody out there to show you what Eastern side-by-side culture is like. And I really appreciate the work you guys are putting into it and what y'all are getting seen. So it doesn't go unappreciated. And they got great beards. That's a must.
Here.
You must have facial hair.
Comment down below who's got the best beard. You better put me.
Yeah, I just trimmed mine, so that's.
Rain Man don't trim.
This was Christmas present for my wife.
Fair enough. We appreciate you guys putting this event on. It is definitely a highlight of our year when we come up here and get to participate in this and be a part of it. And man, we look forward to this. And is there anything else you would like to add?
Yeah, just come up, look for our announcements on Southern Gap, sgadventures.com, Facebook page, Southern Gap Outdoor Adventures. Look at our Facebook page. We'll have all kinds of announcements, sponsor announcements, event times. As we start honing down some of the stuff, look for those updates and just share us and like us and love it. And hopefully we'll all get together and have a blast in July.
All right. If you guys ain't got nothing else, we'll see you guys on the trails and at the event.
Sounds good.
Are you gonna do a giveaway for a trailer?
Oh yes, we are.
I was like trying to get your attention.
Yes, we are.
And I know you can like add it in there, but I just wanted to.
Yeah, Beast is doing the
Beast trailer,
Beast
okay.
is doing a 14-foot trailer giveaway again. So you need to.
Dual axle? Dual axle trailer? We don't know yet.
I just told them they're supposed to do a $5,000 option. I'll try to see if I can do it. I'll see what I can get out of them. I'll squeeze it, but yeah, they have already agreed to give a trailer away. So we will just say that there will be an unlimited trailer giveaway.
So
How do you qualify for that giveaway?
The ticket.
Ticket.
Yeah, the ticket. That's another benefit you get off of that $25 wristband. That $25 wristband gives you a chance to come in, and if you want 10 chances, you can buy 10 tickets. So this is what it is, and it's not one of these things that if 50 people show up, then we're not giving it away. The aluminum trailer will be given away. We got a young man from Bismarck won it last year. It tickled him to death. These are great trailers too. I bought one. I've got a Beast trailer. I mean, it's a great quality built here in Buchanan County by Buchanan County people and sent all over the country. So the Beast trailers are quality trailers. But yes, we will. Beast will be giving away a trailer again, and we'll be doing that on Saturday night. Must be present to win though. We call your ticket number out, your wristband number out, and you're not here. We'll wait about 5 minutes and then call out somebody else's. So yep, you are getting a trailer.
It's exciting. Hopefully I get this year.
That sounds good.
I need a new trailer. I need it. Come on, it's me. All right. Anything else? Nope.
Thank you.